Halloween, celebrated on October 31st, is a holiday filled with costumes, candy, spooky decorations, and a touch of mischief. While it's become an American favorite, the origins of Halloween are much older, rooted in ancient traditions and folklore from across the Atlantic. Here's a fascinating look at how this eerie holiday evolved and why it continues to captivate people today. The ancient roots of Halloween. Halloween traces its origins to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, pronounced Samhain, celebrated around 2,000 years ago in what is now Ireland, the UK, and parts of northern France. Samhain marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter, a time often associated with death. Celts believed that on October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead blurred, allowing spirits to roam the earth. To protect themselves from wandering spirits, Celts would light bonfires, wear costumes, and leave offerings of food outside their homes. The costumes were often animal skins or masks intended to confuse spirits or, in some cases, to allow people to mingle safely among the supernatural beings. The influence of Christianity, All Saints' Day. As Christianity spread through the Celtic regions, the Church adapted Samhain into its own traditions. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III moved the celebration of All Saints' Day to November 1st, making October 31st All Hallows' Eve, which eventually became Halloween. All Saints' Day honored saints and martyrs, but many of the traditions from Samhain, like dressing up and carving symbols, remained, mixing pagan and Christian practices. How Halloween came to America. Halloween didn't immediately catch on in the United States. In fact, it wasn't widely celebrated until the 19th century. Irish and Scottish immigrants fleeing the Great Potato Famine of the 1840s brought with them their Halloween traditions, which slowly began to spread. Originally, Halloween was celebrated with ghost stories, dances, and singing. And by the late 1800s, Americans were incorporating trick-or-treating and costume parties into the mix. Interesting facts about Halloween traditions. First, jack-o'-lanterns. The tradition of carving pumpkins stems from an Irish legend about Stingy Jack. According to folklore, Jack tricked the devil and was cursed to wander the earth with only a hollowed-out turnip, lit by an ember. When the Irish came to America, they found that pumpkins made for perfect lanterns. Next, trick-or-treating origins. Trick-or-treating may trace back to medieval England, where the poor would go souling on Hallowmas, November 1st, offering prayers for the dead in exchange for food. In the United States, the tradition evolved into children dressing up and collecting candy, with costumes originally meant to protect from mischievous spirits. Then, black cats and superstitions. The association of black cats with Halloween comes from the Middle Ages, when cats, especially black ones, were thought to be witches' companions. Even today, black cats are often part of Halloween imagery, symbolizing mystery and the unknown. Also, haunted houses. Haunted houses as Halloween attractions began in the 1930s during the Great Depression. Communities created haunted houses to keep pranksters occupied on Halloween, and they quickly became a popular holiday tradition, evolving into the elaborate haunted houses we see today. And finally, Halloween and candy sales. Halloween is the second largest commercial holiday in the United States, with candy sales reaching billions each year. Americans buy an estimated 600 million pounds of candy for the holiday, making it an economic powerhouse as well as a time for sweet indulgence. Halloween around the world. Though it's a distinctly American celebration today, Halloween traditions are spreading across the globe, with countries adding their own twists. In Mexico, Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is celebrated from October 31st to November 2nd, honoring deceased loved ones with altars, sugar skulls, and marigolds. In Japan, the Kawasaki Halloween Parade has become one of the largest Halloween events in Asia, drawing thousands of costumed revelers each year. The evolution of Halloween from superstition to celebration. What began as a solemn, spooky night of fear and reverence for the dead has become a fun, family-friendly holiday filled with costumes, candy, and community. Halloween is a unique blend of ancient Celtic rituals, Christian tradition, and modern pop culture, all rolled into one hauntingly good time. Whether you're carving a jack-o'-lantern, donning a ghostly costume, or trick-or-treating door-to-door, Halloween continues to captivate people of all ages and backgrounds, proving that some traditions, no matter how spooky, are too fun to fade away.